1851, a woman named Harriet Beecher Stowe wrote a book called Uncle Tom's Cabin that is rumored to have caused a civil war. There are people who wanted to find a compromise dealing with slavery. They created the Missouri Compromise. South were slave states and North were free states. Eventually, the 13th Amendment was passed, which ended slavery in the U.S. In 1955, Jim Crow laws segregated household and public facilities. This Jim Crow law caused a lot of problems for black people. The law prevented black people from voting, and if they wanted to vote, they had to take a test and pay. Civil Rights Movement. The Civil Rights Movement was to secure African Americans of their rights. The KKK was founded by a group of white men in 1877. The KKK was a group of white men who wanted to kill black people. Later, in the 1960s, a group of teens organized a sit-in in a diner. The teens were beaten, yelled at, cursed out, and food was thrown at them. The teens went to the diner every day after school to protest that they were equal. In 1964, there was a voting right action. African Americans wanted to vote without restrictions. Over 1,000 people went to register, and 1% were able to vote. Some black people were threatened. In 1963, there was 4 little girls who went to Sunday school. They were not in the civil rights movement, they were just 4 little girls changing to start church. But then the KKK decided to bomb the church. Modern day. In the 1960s, African Americans were taking back the N-word and claiming it as their own. They're taking it back with pride. They're changing the definition of it. They're claiming it that is their word. In 1967, interracial marriage was passed to be legal. It used to be illegal, and you could be put to death if you flirt with a woman that is not your race. In our society today, white people think that they have white privilege. White people have more options and better opportunities for jobs, money, a family, and a better life. White privileges have been around since the beginning of our country. Many people might not know the case of Oscar Grant. Oscar was a 27-year-old man who got in a fight with another man in a train station and was stopped by a white policeman. He was forced to the ground, and a white police officer put his leg on his neck and shot him. People caught it on tape, and the tape showed that he did nothing wrong and was shot for no reason. The police officer who shot him was fired and arrested for manslaughter. After 1 year, the officer was freed.
We have come a long way in proving racism. We went from slavery to segregation and to interracial marriages. Emmett Till, Michael Brown, Eric Garner, they were illusions of justice.